just how easy it is to buy Instagram followers, because I'm going to do it myself. Influencer. It's a word that gets thrown around a lot lately, and it has for a couple years. So what does it really mean, and how can you tell if someone is the real deal or if they're full of you know what? Well, I'm going to show you firsthand how easy it is to be a fake influencer and how easy it is to buy vanity metrics and why you don't want to do it, and it will be the death of your social media presence. So I'm gonna get to that in just a second, but before I do, I wanna dive into a few other things. So I recently read this article on this influencer bride who has 55,000 followers on Instagram, which is pretty good. And she reached out to a wedding videography company and basically asked them to do a documentary of her process of getting ready for the wedding for free in exchange for promotion on her Instagram account. Now, there is so much wrong with this article, and it really struck a chord with a lot of people. Reason being is that 55,000 followers, believe it or not, at this point is not seen as an influencer. To be totally honest, I was actually talking to a big brand and they were saying anything under 100,000 followers, we don't really consider an influencer. And I find that really interesting, because there are a lot of people with smaller followings who I would consider influencers because they actually push the needle with their audience and they have super high engagement. So for me, an influencer has nothing to do with the amount of followers you have. It has everything to do with the amount of engagement you have. The more engagement you have, the more you're actually building an engaged community of people who will listen to what you tell them to do. And who do we listen to nowadays? Our friends. We listen to people that we trust. We listen to people that are authentic, that we know are giving us the real deal, not just because they're being paid to do it. Now, the other flip side of this article with this bride who wanted to get free services because she'd give out social media promotion is that the company was basically saying if you add another zero on that, and if you get to 550,000 followers or you get to 1 million followers, then we'll consider it. And maybe we put that in the contract. By the time you get married, you need to have X amount of followers. Again, from the brand side, and if you're working for a business and you're trying to use influencer marketing, that's an interesting way to go, because just because somebody has 550,000 followers does not mean they've earned them, and it does not mean they actually have influence. So I'm gonna show you right now just how easy it is to buy Instagram followers, because I'm gonna do it myself. Let's just illustrate this point further, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to go into Google and just see what comes up for buy Instagram followers. So I've typed this in, see? Buy Instagram followers and likes, buy Instagram followers cheap, buy Instagram followers real, best site to buy Instagram followers. So clearly there's a big business around this. Doesn't mean you should do it though. So I just want to show you how easy this is to fake your influence online, especially on Instagram. But you truly can do this for any site. You can buy Twitter followers, you can buy YouTube subscribers, you can buy views. I'm going to explain next how damaging this is for your brand and for your business and for your account and the algorithm. It will kill you, and it will kill your account, and it will be the worst thing you've ever done. So you don't want to do this, but I just want to show you how easy it is so you can see that a lot of people do this just to have the vanity metrics and just to look a certain way. So I'm going to buy 5,000 followers, and it's $39, high quality followers. Oh my gosh, it's so funny. So we actually have an account on Instagram, and it's called BYO_boss. And it's our Be Your Own Boss account. We haven't kept it active in a very long time. So we had built the following to a pretty decent place, 4,528 followers, but we haven't posted since 2017. So anyways, I'm going to try buying the followers for this account. So it says, like I said, that it's fast delivery, real followers, etc. So Instagram username, BYO_boss. And then we'll do this email address. And don't send me special promotions and discounts, but let's try. So next, oh wow. Should I do it? Let's try. So at 2,500 followers, save 25%. All right, let's give this a go. I feel like nervous doing this because it feels so sketchy. If anything feels this sketchy, you really shouldn't go for it. So I'm paying $54
to see if this works. All right, so it says it is sending followers to the BYO Boss account. So let's just take a screenshot of this. This is where we started on this account, and we'll see what happens because it says it's going to send them fast. 7,500 followers. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how easy it is to get fake likes too. So let's just do 500 likes. This is a different service. So we're going to select the post. We're going to do, let's just say this one. Okay. Continue. Payment was successful. It's been ordered. So let's see if anything changes here. I'm going to take a screenshot of where this is currently at. So right now we have 226 likes on this photo. Let's see what happens. Oh gosh. Okay. So I will keep you posted on what happens in the next hour, 2 hours, and 24 hours.
So just to really illustrate this point even further, I just want you to know I would never, ever, ever in a million freaking years buy followers or buy likes on any of my accounts that I use. Because this account has been sitting dormant, I was like, perfect, let's try this little experiment over on this account. And yeah, you'll see that the followers keep going up and up and up, and so do the likes on that one post. But here's where this screws you. And I mean this when I say this, because I know some of you are gonna watch this and be like, sweet, I'm just gonna go buy some followers. Don't do it. Please don't do it. For the love of God, don't do it. The reason I'm telling you this is because it's so easy to become a fake influencer by buying vanity metrics, but it actually screws you over in the long run. This is why. Just because I bought 7,500 followers on Instagram doesn't mean that my engagement rates are gonna go up. So my telltale sign of knowing that somebody is not completely doing things in a real or trustworthy way, especially on Instagram, is when they have a crap ton of followers, but their engagement rate is. So if someone has like 200,000 followers, but they have like 100 to 200 likes a photo, you know something is fishy there. So in this case, why this screws you, I made a whole other video on how to own the Instagram algorithm, and you'll definitely want to check that out because it goes hand in hand with this. But why this screws you is because the Instagram algorithm and every algorithm on every social platform is very intelligent and very smart, and you're not going to work your way around it. So reason being is that if you have a bunch of followers that you bought, they're not engaged followers. They're not actually gonna like your posts. They're not actually going to engage with your content. So what that does in the Instagram algorithm is it actually red flags your account, because Instagram goes, wow, they have all these followers, but their engagement is really low. Must mean their content is crap and we're not gonna show it to anybody. So you get forced to the bottom of the algorithm, you're not gonna get seen, and it almost creates this block on your account, and it's really hard to get out of that hole. I know people who have bought followers, I know people who have done these weird contests where it's like this circular thing and a bunch of people promote each other, and it screws their accounts. I have a friend who it's taken her 8 months to get her engagement above 1%, and 1% is like bare minimum on Instagram. If you have less than a 1% engagement rate on Instagram, something is not quite right, or you're not using it in the right way. So I know that this video may piss off a few people, and there may be people watching this who have bought followers. But the reason that even though you have followers but you have no engagement is exactly that. You're flagging Instagram to look at your followers and say they have a big following, okay, they've got people looking at their content, but no one's engaging with their content. And even if you buy the likes, like I showed you just a few seconds ago, the likes don't mean anything because they're not real accounts, and they're basically bot accounts. And so those people aren't gonna continue liking your content. So even though you're gonna get likes on one post, it doesn't mean you're gonna get likes on the rest of the posts. You'll have to continue paying for it. And also, even if you get that surge and there's not a lot of comments happening, again, it red flags it to Instagram, because they're gonna go, huh, they're getting all these likes in one foul swoop in a really short period of time, but no one's actually commenting on the post. That's suspicious. Again, we're gonna kind of block their content and sync them in the algorithm. So this is what I need you to understand about all algorithms, but particularly on Instagram. If you do anything shady, they know real quick, whatever it may be, before you flag them to be like, huh, something's going on here. Are they doing follow for follow? Are they doing some sort of fishy like scam system to try and boost their followers? So there's so many things on Instagram that you can trigger by trying to do things the fast and dirty or cheap and dirty way. Well, not necessarily cheap. I did just pay like $60 for followers, but But if you're trying to do things against the rules, they're gonna know. And ultimately, it's a short-term success, vanity-wise, but it's a long-term screw over of your account.
So it has been 4 hours since I bought the followers and also bought the likes. So I think that the likes basically happened instantaneously, which again is just a huge red flag to Instagram, because nobody gets 500 likes out of nowhere on an account that's 2 years old. So it just is flagging it, and it's basically going to kill this account's engagement in the algorithm. And when I post in the future, I will probably get less than I did before, which is why I don't use this account. And I would never do this on an account that I actually use, but I just wanted to show you how easy it is to become a fake influencer. So this one's basically done. So I got the almost 500 likes within a few minutes. And again, they're all bot accounts or all fake accounts or all accounts that are not in my target market, which again only kills and destroys my authority on the algorithm on Instagram. So that one's done. Almost 500 followers, not exactly, which is interesting. And then 700 almost 500 likes on that post, and then 700 followers in the last 4 hours on the account. But again, same thing. Nobody that's in my target market, a lot of people without any posts, but interesting, following like 300 people. So again, bot accounts, fake accounts, and not accounts that are actually going to help you grow an engaged community on Instagram. And it's actually going to hurt you so much more than it will ever help you. It won't help you at all. So that's the 4-hour update on this. I'll be interested to see how long it actually takes to grow these 7,500 followers on this account. And again, they're all going to be fake. So it's not helping this account at all, which is again why I will never use it again.
So if you don't want to be a fake influencer and have to buy 5,000 followers, and please don't do this. I'm not making this video to show you how to buy followers. I'm making this video to show you just how easy it is for people to fake it. And also how damaging it can be to your account. So don't do it. And you'll now be able to spot from a mile away the people who are faking it, which hopefully will make you feel a little bit better, because it's easy to compare yourself, but just know that people are up to some stuff on Instagram. So the thing is, if you really want to be an influencer, in my opinion, how I define an influencer, as I said earlier, is someone who actually has influence on their audience. It's someone who can get engagement, who can get comments. And comments are more weighted in the Instagram algorithm than even likes are. If someone takes the time to write a comment on your post, it means they're more engaged, and that's what Instagram really cares about. It's very similar to YouTube. YouTube used to only care about clicks. Now they care about actual watch time, because anybody can click on a video, a bot can click on a video, but not everybody can actually watch the entire video and engage with it. So even if you have 1 follower, in my opinion, you're an influencer if you can convince that 1 follower to take an action that you tell them to do. That's influence. So if you really want to be an influencer nowadays, especially on Instagram, and you want to be authentic about it and build a real engaged following, you have to stop using Instagram as a megaphone. You have to start using it as a real human and in a real conversation. And this is true of every social media platform out there today. If you're using it just as a one-way megaphone, you're not using it right, and you're not going to be benefited in the algorithms. So what you want to do is use it as a dialogue. So there are 5 key things you need to be doing on a daily basis to become a real, true influencer. First thing, provide value. First and foremost, honestly, when my whole YouTube channel blew up, when Instagram started to explode, is when I really started to provide valuable content and I put effort into what I was posting on my feed. That's when things started to change. I started looking at it more as how can I serve people with this content, less of just a photo catalog of how great my life was and a highlight reel of how great my life was. Some of my most engaged posts are the ones that show the real deal behind the scenes and some of my tougher moments, because that makes you a real person that people can actually relate to and connect with. The second thing is listen to your community, doing polls, asking questions, figuring out what your audience actually wants from you, and then delivering on it. That shows that you care and you're listening, and it's going to build a much more engaged and influential audience for you. The third thing is look at your analytics all day, every day. Well, maybe not all day, every day, but pay attention to your analytics. And what I mean by this is pay attention to what content is really working with your audience. When you know what works, you can just create more content like that. And when I say what works, I mean which pieces of content are getting the most comments and are getting the most engagement on your account. That's telling you, okay, I should make more content like this because it's only going to fast track my growth and extend my reach further to more like-minded people, building an even more engaged audience. Number 4, respect the algorithm. I already talked about this a little bit, but if you try and screw the algorithm or try and go back road or try and do something shady, Instagram knows, I'm telling you. So the last thing you want to do is do something black hat or offside, because it will screw you for the long run and you kind of have to start all over again. So respect the algorithm. I have a whole video on this, as I mentioned, we'll put it in the link below. And I have a bunch of other videos on how you can really use YouTube, so used to talking about it, use Instagram to your advantage and to really get seen today. And the final thing you want to do is engage. I know this sounds pretty simple, but it's really easy to forget on social media, and it's easy to start using your social accounts, like I said, as a megaphone. So what I like to say is outreach and nourish. So reach out to people and take action on actually building relationships on the platform, because that's going to get you a lot further, a lot faster, and also nourish relationships. So if someone follows you and they're engaging with your content, take the time to acknowledge that and send them a direct message, send them a voice note, build a real relationship with them. If you haven't read the article, 1,000 True Fans, I'm going to link to it below, but it's all about the fact that to become someone of influence and to really build a sustainable brand or business, you don't need millions of followers. You need 1,000 true fans who are totally bought into what you do, because those 1,000 true fans will basically multiply just by believing in what you do and sharing it with other people. So when someone's bought in, if you have one person bought into what you're doing, you better value the heck out of them and nurture that relationship on a daily basis. End of the day, faking anything is gonna catch up with you, and it's only gonna last for a short period of time before you get caught or before something really bad happens to your accounts, which you've probably worked really hard on. So don't let instant success and an instant flash in the pan make you blindsided or blind to the fact that you're building a real engaged audience, and that's actually what matters most. And the thing is, with social, you can only go up. So no matter where you're at today with your account and how much engagement you have or followers you have, if you do the right things, you're only gonna go up from here. So imagine where you could be in a year or 2 years if you continue following the right strategies and doing things in an ethical way.
I wanted to give you guys a really interesting update. So I checked in earlier. It's now 3 days after I bought the followers, and it was at 12,000 followers earlier today, and it keeps consistently dropping. So yes, I had the 7,500 followers added, but it keeps consistently dropping. Why? This is just proof. These are not quality followers. They're bot accounts. They're not real, and they don't help you at all, because if I were to continue using this account, my engagement would stay at the same rate. It would not go any higher. Therefore, I have more followers, but my engagement rate is the same, because the followers that I'm getting aren't actually people, they aren't actually real accounts, and they aren't actually interested in my content. Therefore, Instagram is going to say, well, your engagement sucks and you have a big following, so your content must not be very good. I'm not going to show this to anybody else. And I actually had a friend this week tell me that they had hired a company to do their Instagram growth for them, and they had used a strategy where they were buying followers. And as much as the vanity metrics look good, this person now has to basically set up an entire new account because it screwed them over in the algorithm so much that they're getting about 0.25% engagement on their photos, which is terrible. So I just wanted to give you that update and let you know nothing good comes from this, and it's really easy to do, but it doesn't give you any real results, and it's not a good strategy to use. And keep in mind, there's a lot of people out there who buy their followers, so just keep that in mind while you're trying to compare yourself to everybody else. Keep doing it the authentic way. Keep building your followers in a real way, because that is what's going to pay off in the long run.
So if you really want to master your social media strategy, and particularly Instagram, I've put a whole list, actually an entire playlist of Instagram tips, tricks, tutorials, ninja secrets in the description below. Make sure you check that out. Start doing things in the right way, and I promise you it's going to pay off big time. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you weren't annoyed by it, make sure that you take a screenshot, share it out on Instagram, and honestly share this with people so people can understand how easy it is to fake your vanity metrics and how there are a lot of fake influencers out there. And it doesn't mean that they're killing it. It doesn't mean that they're better than you. It just means that they're cheating the system, and I swear it's gonna catch up with them. So take a screenshot, share it out, tag me on Instagram, tag me on your Instagram stories. Let me know what you thought of this video. And if you like this video, hit that like button below, give it a thumbs up, and be sure to subscribe and hit the bell for new videos every single week. And thank you so much to our comment of the week, as always. I love you and I appreciate you being here, and I'm so grateful for all of the ideas that you give me for great new content. Again, this video was born out of the fact that people were asking me, how come some people have so many followers but so little engagement? Fake influencers. So I wanted to make this video just for you. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.